Hello, everyone! Today we're going to be joined with another really special guest. Her name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan, and she has been one of the main influences in my life as far as my life raw journey. Let's see. Here she is. Did I accept her? There we go. Here we go. Hello!
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yes,
All good?
perfect.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. I was just introducing you. Um, and yeah, I'm super excited to have you here today. You have been one of the main influences in my life as far as going raw, and so it's super exciting to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to meet you and hang out with everybody in August. We're going to talk about it, but
Yeah,
I hear myself or I hear something. I don't know if it's me or you. I
you
hear
sound
myself.
fine to
I
me.
sound fine. Okay, anyone that's watching, can you
Yes.
just give us a thumbs up if I sound great and Sarah sounds perfect, and then I'll just hear myself the whole
Oh
interview.
no.
That's fine.
Or I could
That's
start
fine.
over.
I I like my voice, so it's fine. I talk to myself all the time anyway. Okay, so thanks for having me, Sarah. I really
Yes,
appreciate you.
absolutely. So I'm just going to start. If you just want to maybe talk about, you've talked a lot about your journey and why you've gone raw, so you don't have to get super into it, but just give us a little bit of background of why you went raw, how long you've been raw, and your journey.
Yes. Okay. So I went raw in 2011, and the reason was because I had tried everything else. I had a serious food addiction. I was overweight. I had a really bad back pain, knee pain, because if you're overweight, you probably have back and knee pain.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I had cystic acne. I had IBS. I had migraines. I had so many issues that just no 16-year-old should be dealing with. This is all at 16 years old,
Oh,
so I
wow.
starting at 16, I started trying every diet, and it wasn't until 26 when I found the raw food diet. And at the time, in the beginning, I was like, all right, yeah, I'll try another diet. But then it turns out through, like, learning from my mentors and just YouTube and videos and books like The Mucusless Diet Healing System, and Nature's First Law, I realized this is a lifestyle that I could actually do. It wasn't restrictive. It was the only diet I tried that I could make into a lifestyle. And
Mm,
I think that's the problem with people that try the raw food diet. They're trying to do a diet,
yeah.
and they're trying to, like, okay, I'm gonna have 800 calories of, fruit and vegetables, and I'm gonna stop eating at 2 p.m. and I'm gonna do my a juice fast, and it has to, I'm gonna do
Mm,
this. And if I want an avocado, I am not going to allow myself because I don't eat overt fats for the month of December. And then they fall off, and then they go back to fried chicken and French
absolutely.
fries.
Yeah.
So I made it a lifestyle. I said, okay, I'm never going to count calories again. I'm never going to restrict myself again, and I'll see what happens. And the weight came off effortlessly. My skin cleared up. All my chronic bronchitis, my back pain, my knee pain, everything. And I'm sure I had more issues, but, like, it's been so long. It's been almost 15 years that I completely forgot. But, somebody asked me just earlier today, I did another interview, and she said, why do you stay raw? And the reason is because I know that this is not a this is not a cure unless I do it. Like, you can go raw, but when you start eating the food that caused you the disease and the pain and
Mm,
the weight gain, then you're going to gain it all back. You're going to get all the pain back. So if I stop eating raw, I'm going to get back everything that I do not want. So,
right.
yeah, that's why I stay raw, and that's how I went raw.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, almost 15 years. Go you.
Yes. Thank you. It's just a habit now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take any willpower. It doesn't take anything now. But in the beginning, it was very difficult,
Mm,
as anybody knows who has changed their life,
yeah.
who has changed their lifestyle and their habits. It's very difficult to change your habits in the beginning.
Yeah. And I love that you talk, and you just mentioned, but you also talk a lot about not restricting. Because I can it protest to myself as well. Like when you definitely, when you cut calories and you juice fast or I am technically low fat, but when you cut all fats, you have trouble and you fall off the wagon, as I've done many times in the past. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's definitely an issue when it comes to going raw or any maybe ever any healthy diet.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not anyone's fault if they want to go low fat or they want to eat fruit only or they want to do a juice cleanse because like all these things are super healthy, but we have to look at where we are, not where our favorite YouTubers are or
Yeah,
the author of our favorite books. It's like there's a time and a place for everything. And here's what I did different that most people don't do. I didn't try to be perfect in the beginning and I didn't try to go 100% fruit, low fat, juice cleanse. I just said, okay, if it's made from fruit, vegetables, nuts, or seeds, I'm allowed to eat it as much as I want. So sometimes I had 4 avocados in a day. Like sometimes I had a whole bag of cashews from Costco because I was used to eating McDonald's
right.
and Dunkin' Donuts. So I was used to eating 10,000 calories. If I go down to 1,000 calories of juice, like I'm going to be starving and I'm going to
Absolutely.
be, and my parasites and my microbiome are going to be like, oh, no way. We need to eat Dunkin'
Yeah,
Donuts right now.
yeah,
And so yeah, so what I did was I starved my microbiome that was used to the fast food, and I just filled up physically on all the fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, and I did high fat for years. And I'm not telling anyone to do high fat, but I'm saying this is what I did. I
yeah.
just ate lots and lots of gourmet and nuts and stuff, and that like got me into the raw food diet and lifestyle. And then what I did was I was like, okay, this sucks. I don't feel good eating this. So let me try low fat. Let
Yeah.
me try more fruit. And then, oh my God, I feel so much better. My skin looks better. I started losing more weight and my hair started growing and all that stuff. So yeah,
That's
good point.
awesome. Yeah. You talked about starving the microbiome. That's probably a really big factor when first coming into like a new diet and a new lifestyle, because you're going to get the headaches, you're going to get the cravings, you're going to get all of those symptoms, but it's because your body's wanting that old toxic stuff, correct?
Yes, you are what you eat, and you are what your bacteria eats, your microbiome, and whatever you're craving is what they are built on. Like you have trillions of cells in your body, and so like they've been built on whatever you've eaten for the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So like of course you're going to crave chocolate if you've eaten a lot of chocolate in
Yeah.
the past 20 years. Coffee is a drug. Food is a drug. Chemicals, these chemicals in the processed foods is a drug. So be nice to yourself and realize that you're still, even though you mentally know the facts of what food you should eat and what you shouldn't eat, just know that your microbiome doesn't give a fruit. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit what you are wanting to do. They eat what they eat. They don't
Yeah.
eat fruit and vegetables. So your job is to, I mean, well, this is how I did it. I studied the mind and I got mentally tough and I was like, okay, I realize what's going on. Awareness really helps. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to eat when I'm hungry and I'm going to eat as much delicious fruit as possible, raw food. I'm going to make it easy for myself to be raw and I'm just going to eat as much as I want until I'm very full and the microbiome that's begging me to eat other things, I don't have room. I don't have room in my stomach for that food.
Right.
The problem is people keep restricting. That's not going to work in the beginning. And yeah, I could like we could do a juice cleanse now and we could go back to eating raw food. But in the very beginning, you can't do that. I mean, you can try, but like it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what somebody can
100%
do,
agree.
yeah, what somebody can do 5 years into being raw, 10 years, 20 years into being raw, you can't do on day one. So just be
Absolutely.
aware of that. There's a time and place for everything, you
Yes.
know?
Absolutely. I 100% agree. So I love that you don't sugarcoat anything at all. I love that
No.
about you. And I love that you're like blunt, straight to the point. What is your favorite thing about helping people eat more fruits and vegetables and transition to a raw or high raw lifestyle?
My favorite thing about helping people is that I get to connect and attract these amazing people all over the world, like you and everyone that's coming to the retreat. I get to hang out with fruity cuties every day. That's my job. And I get to talk about something that's changed my life. And I get to kind of like give back to the universe because I feel like the universe blessed me so much with this knowledge. And if I just keep it to myself, I feel like it's selfish. So every day I get on Zoom, I do a lot of one-on-ones with my clients, and I just try my very best to remind them who they are and what they've been through and how they have so much more power than the power of a piece of bread. Then and I remind them these little tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. Like, for example, preparation. Like, if you don't prepare for the inevitable, which is you're going to be hungry, you're going to be busy, you're going to be tired, and if you don't prepare for things, then you're going to fail. So your power is in your preparation. If you are working all day long and you come home and you have nothing to eat as a raw foodist, you're not going to be able to be raw. Like,
Right.
it's really important to prepare. And if you come home and you see the cookies and the cake and the chips out, you're going to eat those. So what I recommend is if you're living with somebody who eats those things, then you ask them to please put them in the cabinet, in a container, and you don't see it. You don't see it. And or you can wrap things in foil, like ice cream. You can wrap it in foil, put it in the back of the freezer, and in the front of the freezer, you see lots of frozen fruit, frozen bananas,
I
and
love that.
vegetables. Yeah, so it's really important to prepare for the inevitable. You will get stressed. Just because you go raw doesn't mean anything else changes.
Yeah.
You will be busy. The holidays are coming. You're going to be around all this food that you said you don't want to eat anymore. What's the plan? And then I help my clients figure that out and make it easy for themselves.
I love that. That's great. Um, Going into the holidays and going into family, friends, after almost 15 years on this lifestyle, have you had any issues with friends and family being upset with you or concerned, or any um, sticky situations where you've gone to people's houses and they're like, you just eat what? You just eat fruit?
Yeah, absolutely. Over the years, I have so many stories. I could just tell you a few. So, like, well, one time it wasn't the holidays, but it was my birthday, and I had just started a new job. And my boss, she like got all these gluten-free, vegan, organic cupcakes for me, and like everybody in the company. And there was a big surprise party, and I had just started the job, and it was a big surprise party. And she's like, Jeanette, these are for you. We got them. They're like sweetened with dates. They're super healthy. They're organic. They're gluten free. Totally like safe for you to eat. And I was like, oh no, uh, I don't eat cooked food. And then she was like, no, 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 this is not cooked. This is like organic. Like, like people like, yeah, this is vegan. This is totally vegan. This is sweetened with dates. There's like oats in here. And the woman told me it would be totally safe for you. It would totally be okay. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I just gave her a big hug. And I was like, can I bring some home for my sister? Because I don't eat cooked food. And I didn't apologize because in the beginning, so like what I recommend to my clients is, first of all, you can simply say that you just found out you have an allergy
Mm,
to oil or salt or dairy or gluten. Okay, you can lie because you know what? That is really hard to say. It's really hard to say, I don't want that. Thank you.
yeah.
Like that's really hard. Or you can say, you can lie. Doctors are lying to us all the time. So might as well. Now, so you can also say something like, thank you so much. When I eat that, I get really sick. And your friends and family, they don't want you sick. So
Right.
like if you say that, or if you say my doctor recommended I don't eat that anymore, friends and family are gonna be like, oh, okay, okay, no problem. But if you say I don't want to eat that or I can't, the worst is when you say I can't eat that anymore. I went raw. Your friends and family are gonna be like, dude, it's the holidays. Like relax a
Right.
little. It's one time a year. Because like our friends and family want us to join them in their addictions,
Hmm.
and it's not their fault. This is like totally normal food for most people. It doesn't seem like poison, but for me, it is. I convinced myself that if I eat that, which is true, if I eat that, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to have a backache. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to have IBS again. I'm going to get acne. So it's literally life or death for me because I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to be alive if I go back to the way
Yeah.
I was feeling. So yeah, Jonah says, be a misfit. That's right, baby. Be a weirdo. So yeah, that's one example. And it was really embarrassing. There was like 50 people staring at me, waiting for me to take a bite of this cupcake. I had just started the job and I was so embarrassed, but it is what it is. Another time, I mean, I've heard it for years that I'm especially in the beginning. Now nobody says a word. Like it's totally normal
Right.
now. This is what I eat. But in the beginning, I was a fanatic. I had anorexia, even though I was overweight. My family was like, "You don't eat anything. You're anorexic." But I was like 200 pounds. But okay. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna get, deficiencies. I was gonna die. And then in my course that I teach all my women that for the rest of your life, you're going to have to answer these questions. Where do you get your B12? Where do you get your protein? I mean, on a daily basis, I'm sure people ask you,
Yeah.
where do you get your protein?
Right.
But like and then isn't that too much sugar? But the craziest thing is that we all know that we were eating too much sugar when we were eating M&Ms, but nobody cared.
Right.
So like if we have to open our eyes and look at our society for what it is, which is a very sick place to live, because we're eating M&Ms, we're drinking soda, and nobody says, isn't that too much sugar? But if we eat a whole big bag of grapes, everybody loses their fucking mind.
It's
So
crazy.
it's crazy, Sarah. So like reality is that it's no, like, what is that quote that that guy said, that Einstein said? It's like no sign of mental health or whatever to be well adjusted to a sick society. You know that quote? Who, somebody watching knows the quote, and who said it? I thought it was Albert Einstein, but somebody write it below. It's no measure of health or measure of sanity to be well adjusted to a sick society. So
That
I
sounds
don't,
right. Yeah.
yeah, something like this. And I don't personally think that the foods people are eating are normal, especially for the holidays. I think it's really sick to be poisoning yourself with alcohol, with animal body parts, with processed foods. But I don't say anything. I keep to myself. And
Where's
now
you
we're
don't say where's the fiber?
right. Right. Yeah, right. Isn't that too little nutrients? I don't know. But anyway, so like basically when I go to holidays and stuff, people always have fruit for me, but like it always sucks. So I always bring my own, and then I always bring my own, and then I bring to share. So like I bring a really, and this is like a good tip, because some people they think they're going to bring a big salad and they're going to share it, and then everybody's going to take some, and then they're going to have a little bit. So what I say is, if you're a raw foodist going to the holidays, you bring a really, really big meal for you, and then you bring a smaller meal to share with everyone. And that is going to be the thing you share. Okay, here we go. It's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society, is a quote by J. Krishnamurti. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to look them up. Thank you, Cinnamon.
Awesome.
Cinnamon. Thank you very much, Boo. Okay, so yeah, the holidays are so easy if you realize that you're in charge of your life,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to be around this food. But if you bring really delicious food that you can eat, then fill up on that. Eat before you go. Drink a big smoothie before you go. Make sure you're not starving, because the problem is that you go to these functions and you're like, I'm just not going to eat anything. And it's like, no, you're gonna fall off. You're gonna
Yeah.
eat it. So you gotta make sure and be not hungry when you arrive, and have really good food with you. And yeah, you can bring your food anywhere, to a restaurant. You can bring it to a wedding. I brought my food to concerts. I brought my food everywhere. And if somebody says anything, I just say I have a medical condition. Or I say I have diabetes, because I used to have diabetes before I went raw, and I need this food with me. They don't say a word. They don't say anything to me. So
Love that.
yeah.
Planning, planning, planning.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. So food addiction, that's like the main concept, the main point that you are preaching and you talk about, and that's what your talk is going to be at the 2025 Vegan Wellness Retreat, correct?
Yes.
I have
Yes,
that right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so any tips on, we talked about food addiction in the holidays, we've talked about staying on and how to make it a lifestyle and making sure you plan everything. Any other tips that you want to share, maybe a little bit about what your talk will be about? Um,
Yes, absolutely. So, I have a food addiction freedom course, and I do it every few months. And actually, Cinnamon is in the course. She's one of the fruity cuties, Ginger Michelle. So, thank you for being here, Ginger Michelle. Tell everyone how the course is going. And I basically, at the vegan wellness retreat, I am going to be sharing the top 10 mistakes that I made in the beginning of my raw food journey. And then I'm going to be talking about specifically how I broke my food addiction and how I used the raw vegan diet to help me. And so without giving too much away,
yeah.
I want to just let everyone know that it's really important to understand that there's nothing wrong with you. Um, as you know, women, most women that have an addiction it's food. Okay? Because we are biologically designed, and this is not all women that have an addictive personality, but most women that have an addictive personality choose food. And I think the reason is because we were biologically designed to make sure we have enough nutrients to feed a baby. Like we're designed to feed a baby, whether we want to have children or not. You don't have to, but like that's your biological design, right? To give birth to another living like being. So therefore, and then men, they're designed to procreate. So like there's so many more men that have sex addictions than women, and there's so many more women that have food addictions than men. And I think it's our biological design. And especially when you throw in the processed foods and the chemicals and the addictive additives they put in food, it's a really scary situation we're in where I don't know the statistics. Probably somebody watching this does. What is the percentage of people that are overweight or obese in the United States? It's literally like
Super
up
high.
to 70%.
Yeah.
So, and then 1 in 3 people have either diabetes, cancer, or another preventable disease. So, what we're going to do is first we're just going to look at what are the downfalls in our daily life that are making us make these decisions that we say we don't want to make anymore. Like when do you fall off the diet? That's what we're going to talk about because, you know, a food addiction, it can only thrive when you have that food around you. It's very rare that you're going to like have lots and lots of delicious raw food in the house, lots of amazing like fruit and stuff, and then you're going to go out and get, you know, donuts or unhealthy food. So like we're going to talk about like feeling worthy, feeling like we're important to prioritize. It all comes down to, do we feel worthy of spending a little extra money on fruit? Do we feel like worthy of prioritizing ourselves? And then there's little habits that you can do that help to make it easier for yourself to be raw and actually and like put yourself in a state of I can do this instead of I can't, or like it's so easy instead of it's so hard, because
Yeah.
we're constantly saying, oh, I can't do this, or why is it so hard, or like what's wrong with me? And these are the wrong questions.
Right.
We need to ask ourselves, okay, what can I do to make it easier? Okay, what have I done in the past that was really hard? And okay, so I proved that I actually can do hard things. I can, there's so many things that are way harder than going raw, but we're just stuck in this trap of I can't do this, or this is so hard, or I don't know anybody. That's the thing. That's why I love doing what I do, because most people don't know anyone that is raw. So like, how can you possibly do something if you don't know anyone that's done it? You have to find a mentor, whether it's me or Sarah or anyone watching this can be your mentor. Your best friend can be your mentor if that's their goal too, to go raw. So you guys can do it together
Yeah.
and learn together. But yeah, I'm really excited for the talk. I'm really passionate about it. And I know that it's going to be amazing because I've been doing this course for um, over 2 years now.
Wow.
And yeah, and I've helped thousands of women. And I've been honestly doing it for much longer, but only like on Zoom, like online for
Yeah.
2 years. I've been doing it in my real life, since 2011. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to dive into food addiction and how raw foods can help cure that for
Yes.
good.
Awesome. So it's 9 months away, the retreat. If they need help now and they want connection now, how do they find your course?
Yes, so you can just go to my website, MsFitVegan.com, and or you can send me a DM. You can send me a DM with the words "I am ready." I'll send you the information. And the course is it's only for women for now, but I'm working on a women and men's course in the future. But it's for women that want to lose at least 20 pounds, and we start January 1st. It's going to be a really special course because January 1st is like, how many of us? Okay, Sarah, what was your January 1st, 2024 New Year's resolution? Tell me.
I don't think I had
You don't
one.
make, okay, good. Yeah, I don't either. But no, no, I did. I don't have resolutions. We have goals probably. You probably had a
Yeah.
goal. What was one of your goals for 2024?
That I was going and that I was going to be more mindful and more meditative in my everyday life.
Okay, how did it go? Because it's been 2024 is almost over.
Yeah. Um, I think like a lot of people, the first little bit I did really, really well, and then I kind of fell off, and now I'm back on it.
Yes. Well, hey, that's nice to be back on it at least, you know. Most people they give up like around January 15th. Statistically, after 3 weeks, most people fall really hard off their resolution because they think they're going to wake up January 1st and they're going to be different. But
Right.
like, I'm going to help all of my clients on January 1st to realize that nothing is going to change besides our mind and our actions
Mm,
and our beliefs about ourselves. And if we don't make it change, then it will not change. Like nobody's coming to save us.
I love
Nobody's
that.
coming to do this for us. And I've proven that it does work. What I do, it's just it only works if we do the work.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing. Like I'm not selling any gimmicks. I'm selling a lifestyle. And you know, if you are like looking for a quick fix, it's just you're going to be wasting your whole entire life.
Yeah.
You know, so like these juice cleanses, waste of life, waste of time. These raw resets, these 30-day fruit only, it's a waste of life because it is just it's a certain amount of time and then what? You go back to eating
Right.
crap? Like no, we need to change your lifestyle and how you see foods. Like last night, I led a visualization with my group, my food addiction freedom course group, and we visualized our favorite unhealthy food. And I have this technique. It's so gross, but it really helps. So basically we visualize it with like, I mean, I'm sorry guys, but you should do this. We visualize the food with like roaches crawling
Oh
all
my
over it.
gosh.
And we go, yeah. Then we visualize the food with vomit all over it. And we go even darker. But the thing is that it works because, and that food, we visualize it as poison.
Mm,
It is poison.
yeah.
It is poisoning you. Just because you're just like getting a stomach ache or a headache doesn't mean it's not killing you and it's not killing your potential and
Yeah.
it's not ruining your whole life. It is. And that's what I need people to understand. I need to break their thought pattern that it's totally okay to eat this stuff. It's not. And it's definitely not okay to eat animals. It is not okay. You suffer body, mind, and spirit when you eat dead
Yeah.
animal body parts. So, yeah.
And that's why I love you, because you tell the truth just like that. So at the retreat, you're going to also be doing some workouts. What's your belief with workouts? Have you worked out the full 15 years? Do you think it's 80-20, like as far as like food and working out, as far as importance goes? Do you think you can be healthy without working out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question. No, I did not work out until 2020. So I was raw for almost 10 years before I worked out because I was very, very busy with my job. I ran a raw organic food and beverage company in New York City. Yeah, for since 2012. And I was very important and I was like working 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, 6 days a week. But on the seventh day, I would just be home working from my bed,
Right.
on the phone. So I was working 7 days a week. I never joined a gym. I never had any type of consistency with working out ever. I had to start doing a little yoga in 2017 because I was like getting like back pain again, and I was like, wait, what's going on? I've been free from back pain, but I was sitting in a chair all day, hunching over. So long story short is that in 2020 during the pandemic, I moved to Miami and I started doing workouts on Facebook because I was living with a person who was a personal trainer and she loved working out. And I was like, oh, yeah, I want to work out. So we would do workouts together. And then I started enjoying it. And then I started seeing really good results, building muscle and getting, like fit and being able to do things I could never do. And so, yeah, I started really liking it. And then, yeah, that's when I started doing the watermelon workouts,
Yeah.
like consistently. Because the truth is that, yeah, in 2017, I like started doing watermelon workouts at Woodstock Fruit Festival, which is a festival that I'm on the board of directors for, and I loved it, but like I wasn't consistent. I would literally do that once a year, like if
Oh
I'm
wow.
being honest. Yeah. So now, ever since 2020, I'm teaching workouts on Zoom 4 days a week with my food addiction freedom clients. So if you're interested in working out with me, getting coached by me, getting my phone number, you're going to get one-on-one true support and accountability for 6 full weeks, then just DM me. I am ready, and I'll send you all the details. Or go to my website, msfitvegan.com, Ms.FitVegan. And then, so working out has been a game changer for me. I'm sure you agree, because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, you seem like a fit family. Yeah, yeah. I do not think you can be healthy without moving your
Yeah.
body. At least 30 minutes a day, and you don't have to work out with a watermelon, but like it's fun. But we're gonna do that
I
in
can't wait. I've never done a watermelon workout, and I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you. Yeah, it's intense. Start training now. Okay, everyone. Start training now. Because yeah, it's really, really fun. And basically, we have a lot of fun doing it, and it's for all levels. So you don't even need a watermelon. You can put it down, and just body weight is totally fine. And I have 3 modifications for each workout that we do, for
Okay.
each exercise. So if you can't do it with the watermelon, no problem. Put it down. If you can do it with the watermelon, but you're kind of like struggling. Okay, I have a modification for you, so don't worry. It's so much fun. And what's cool about working out is like by the time you know it, it's done. If you're
Yeah.
having fun, by the time you know it, it's done. And I'm always like drenched in sweat, and I get such a great workout. And yeah, I love it, and I'm so excited. It's like a dream come true for me to do it. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, for having me.
Yeah, we're super excited. So many of your fruity cuties have already signed up. We actually
Yay!
only have 2 rooms left, one queen suite and one 3-bedroom suite. And then you'd either have to tent camp or stay off site. So if you're wanting to come to the retreat and see Jeanette in person and hear her in person, as well as all of our other speakers, which you can see on our website, go to Vegan Wellness Retreats, plural with an S.com, and you can see a whole lineup of speakers and our itineraries on there. So yeah, come, and Jeanette has a code for you to get $100 off. What is
Yeah,
that code?
I think it's Misfit Vegan 100. But if you DM me and just write retreat, I'll send you the link and I'll send you my
Perfect.
code. Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you want to check it out, thank you, Sherry. Sherry wrote veganwellnessretreat.com. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
okay, Jonah has a lot of questions. So
Okay.
let's just address these questions, Jonah. Okay. Do you have a bike? Yes, I have a bike. That's a random question for a raw foodist, but I do have a bike, but ever since I learned how to drive, I like barely use my bike, and that's a damn shame because I love my bike. That's a damn shame. But yeah, I used to bike a lot. The first this is crazy, but the first 13 years of being raw, I didn't know how to drive.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 39, about to be 40 in 3 months. I just learned how to drive like this year.
Because you
No,
live
wait.
in New York and you just use the subway and stuff?
Yeah, we don't drive in New York, but I just got my driver's license last year, I think.
Wow.
But I started driving a lot this year. So anyway, yeah. So for the first, 13 years, everything I bought was on my bike and stuff. Like I didn't have a car to go shopping. I didn't go to Costco. I didn't go to wholesalers. Like I went to the corner stores and like the supermarkets, and I bought just what I could buy. So one watermelon at a time. And just every day or every 2 days I had to go. So like that's why I wrote these books. Okay, where are my books? Sorry. That's why I wrote these books called Raw Vegan Excuses, because I just literally can't stand these excuses that people have
Yeah.
because they're not real. I have seen people I have seen people without the ability to walk or like feed themselves or go to the bathroom, like have a positive attitude and get shit done. Like I saw my sister, she was really disabled. She was so positive and she was always trying to be productive, and it's like, and then I hear people saying I wish I could be raw, but like it's so hard
Yeah.
cuz it's the winter and like I love warm food. Okay, so like
Do
don't
you
be
live
raw right now.
outside?
What?
I said, do you live outside? That's like, so it's -2 out right now. And people always ask, like, how are you raw and it's -2 and snowing? We have a thermostat. Like, it's
Do you
warm
live outside?
inside.
Right. It's just so many, but also look, okay, we solve all those problems. You get a heating pad, or you get like a heater, or you bundle up, or you just don't eat freezing cold food. But like at the end of the day, I try to tell people, okay, well, you don't have to be raw during the winter, but like, okay, you really want to be raw? Like you can find a way. But if
Yeah.
you want to be healthy and because most of it, Sarah, is honestly, people don't want to be raw and they're trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
And so then I say to them, okay, well, you don't have to be raw to be healthy, why don't you eat some warm fruit and vegetables? Like, you can put them in the dehydrator, or you can put them in the oven. Okay, what's wrong with fruit and vegetables warm? If that's what your downfall is, because it's not warm,
Right.
but then they're lying, Sarah.
Yes.
It's like, no, they want pizza. They
exactly.
want frozen pizza.
Yeah.
So like, just say that's what you want, because they're telling me they can't be raw because it's too cold. But like, Sarah is proving that it is possible. And I was 9 years in New York as a raw vegan, and it was freezing.
Yeah.
And it's like, my life got so much better when I went raw. Why would I go back to living a really hard life?
Right.
Like, it's hard to be sick. It is not hard to be raw. It's really hard to be overweight and in pain and sick. Like, it's not hard to be raw in the fucking winter. So anyway,
Yes.
Sorry.
Any other questions he had? You said he had a few.
Oh, he had too many. That's all he's getting answered.
Okay.
He just had, Sarah, like, if we scroll up, oh, he's amazing. His mind works like mine. It's like a million thoughts a minute. Hold on. Do you have a bike? Okay. 1 workout a year scheduled. Yeah, that was me. No, I did like 3 workouts at Woodstock a year. And I would be like in such bad shape, huffing and puffing and running up this hill. And I'd be like, oh my God, I have to stay consistent with this. And so the only way that I have found to stay consistent with working out is to invite other people to do it with me. So I hate to tell my fruity cuties this, because I work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday on Zoom with Martha and Liz and Lola and Nicole and Jeremy and oh no, I'm forgetting people. Hold on.
Jeremy's
Diana.
coming.
Yay! I love him. So I work out with these fruity cuties in my community, right? That are taking my food addiction freedom course. He's actually a misfit. He's in my private community. But the point is that I work out with them because like that's the only way I'm going to work out. Like, I don't work out on my own. So like,
accountability for sure.
yeah. So I just want everyone to realize that if you want to get something done in 2025, start now figuring out, writing out a list of the ways that you can do it with other people, and like schedule it or like pay for it. Like, get an accountability partner or get an accountability coach or get a trainer. Get someone in your life and schedule some appointments, because that's the only freaking way you're going to do it. I'm telling you right now, it's just not going to work on your own. You've tried on your own. Thank you so much.
Really good one.
Stacy's here. Hi, Stacy.
So Misfit, it says, what are your thoughts on people limiting fruits for toddlers? My toddler loves fruit, but I see a lot of moms really limiting fruit. I do not.
Yeah. What are my thoughts on people limiting fruit for toddlers? I think they are dumb fucks.
Yeah.
Like, that is the dumbest shit ever, because they're the same fucking dumb fucks that are going to give their kids the Skittle juice. There's a new Skittle. Yeah. There's a new Skittle juice that I saw a commercial for, and it's like, those are the same parents, because they're like, oh no, fruit has too much sugar, but here, have this Skittle juice. Like, they shouldn't even be allowed to have kids, if you're going to ask my personal, because it's just my opinion, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. My opinion is there should be some type of test before you have kids. Because like, I had to take all these, like a learner's permit to get a driver's license. I had to take all these tests to get a driver's license, but like, anybody can have kids? What? Yeah. There should be some type of brain cells for you to have kids, but there isn't. So fuck it. Everybody gets to have kids. So yeah, that's what I think. Okay. Skittles cause cancer. Yeah, that is the truth. And you know, our friends and family, they don't believe that. No. They believe that's crazy, but it's crazy to think, Sarah, but like, I know you know the truth, but our friends and family literally believe that cancer is like something you randomly get. Like the cancer family, the cancer fairy just like does, you're going to get it. But like, that's not how it works. Cancer is something, if anybody listened to or read Fit for Life, which is a book that I highly recommend by Harvey Diamond. Well, what happens is that your lifestyle, as you know, creates dis-ease in the body over 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So like, cancer is never something that somebody just gets. It happened over the last 30, 40 years. And so therefore, when the doctors try to scare, you know, my friends and family into getting surgery and radiation and chemotherapy, I just try to remind them, I just want to remind you, like, that took 20, 30 years to form. It's not an emergency to get it removed. Like, I know it's scary, but it's not an emergency, and you do have time to reverse this naturally. And of course, I'm not a doctor, so it doesn't mean anything. But But Sarah, I just recently published another book that is a testimonial of over 100 fruity cuties from all around the world that have gone raw and healed all types of things, including, tumors in their breast, tumors in their kidney, tumors in their prostate, and all types of other diseases. Yeah. So it's called The Healing Powers of a Raw Vegan Diet, 100 Life-Changing Testimonials of What Raw Food Can Do. It's on Amazon now. So
I was just going to ask, are all your books on Amazon?
Not all of them, but I have 7 on there at the moment. But yeah, we have I have plans to do a lot more. I'm looking for this guy that's in here. He's so amazing. His name is Bobby, and he lost over 100 pounds on a raw food diet. Oh, wait, maybe it's in this one. Sorry, it's I turned down the page. He's so cool, and I think he might come to the festival. Oh, here he is.
Hey.
Oh my God. I think he's coming to the festival.
Goodness.
So he went raw, and look at this guy.
You go, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Buns. Really cool. So anyway, that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's crazy, like you said, not even with just kids, but with the family members, like judging us or thinking something's so wrong because we want to eat fruits and vegetables, but then we cook them and it's okay. Like it's not even about like the whole processed food thing. Like that's a whole nother thing. But just the fact that we don't want to cook our fruits and vegetables, they have a problem. But if we were to go and like cook them, oh, totally fine. Like that's what we're dealing with right now.
And that is where you have to just laugh at society, and you just don't take it so personal and so seriously. Because like if you really look at society, it's just like such a joke. It's hilarious. Like the same exact people that will tell us that we're going to get a deficiency if we go raw, they'll be smoking and drinking and eating processed foods, and they'll be so sick, dying of a disease, and they'll be like, you're going to get a B12 deficiency.
Yeah.
Like if you go raw, but like what do they even know about anything? Like I just see my friends and family, if anybody ever, like strangers, if they ever ask me these questions, I see them as people that like they don't know anything, and I feel bad for them. They don't know anything. And if I ever go to a doctor and they recommend something crazy, like I have to eat eggs or I have to eat fish, I will just know, okay, you know nothing about nutrition. Okay, thanks for telling me. Now I know that it's kind of like, I feel bad. This is kind of, I won't say what I wanted to say, but whatever. So anyway, so I'm trying to be less mean on the internet, or like less judging, and also less like offending people. So yeah.
Speaking of B12,
I'll tell you in person. I'll tell you in person what I was gonna say.
Sounds good. Speaking of B12, I believe you're a fan of testing, not guessing, correct? You do get your blood work tested?
No.
Don't.
That is not me. No.
But you didn't just get your blood work tested and post it?
No, but I did get a blood test about 2 years ago, and I got it for the content. I just got it for the content. I am a fan of guessing. Yeah, here, let me tell you why. Because I like to judge my health on the way I feel and the way I look. And the way I feel is most important. So like honestly, Sarah, if I feel a pain, I'm going to probably go get it checked. Like I'm going to go get an x-ray, or I'm going to get it checked because like something's wrong, right? If I'm feeling super tired and I'm like, something is wrong, I'm going to probably go get a blood test. But like, I don't believe in checking numbers on a paper to tell me if I'm healthy. And whoever wants to do that, I think you should do it, because the most important thing, Sarah, with this whole life is to feel like comfortable and safe in what you're doing. So I have many clients that are like, I really want to know what my levels are. And I'm like, okay, yeah, find out and then let's talk about it. But like, first of all, I personally don't believe in taking blood out of my body. I think blood is like liquid gold. Okay. And so I've talked to a few raw vegans that are really against blood tests, like Eli Martyr from the Free Melon Society, and Osborne. Fred Bishi is like told me that, too many blood tests can cause deficiencies. So like the people that did blood tests every few months, every year, like John Kohler and stuff like that, well, now they're not even raw anymore because they like maybe caused a deficiency, or like they're like, oh, my levels are too low. Even though I feel great, let me eat cooked food because I want my levels up.
Right.
But what about the way you feel?
Right.
Like tests don't tell me shit. You know what tests do? They pay people. They pay
Yeah.
people, they pay insurance companies, and that's not the business I'm
Yeah.
in. The business I'm in is that I want to feel good. So yeah, I'm not like these other raw vegans that believe in science. I don't believe in science. I believe in nature. I
Mm.
believe in like I'm a like a practitioner. I don't believe in theory. I'm not a theorist. So I believe like what I feel and how I'm living my life is how I make decisions, not
Yeah.
based on what a doctor is going to tell me.
Do you take any supplements? Do you B12 supplements or anything?
Absolutely not. I do not take any supplements. I don't believe in supplements, and that's just that's personal. And then I teach in my course, I tell people the best supplements that I found from, people that are really into supplements. I have a lot of friends in the raw food community, and I have a friend who is 25 years raw, and she is not online, but she did all the research. She takes supplements. She wants to take supplements, and so I take her advice a lot. And so she recommends Global Healing. I have another friend as well that is eating raw, and she also recommends Global Healing as a good supplement company. So, like, you want to do supplements? Okay, go for it. And I teach my clients that whatever feels best to you.
Yeah.
But, like, there's people like Eris Lathan and Doug Graham and Arnold Ehret and Ann Osborne who are my mentors. And so they taught me what I know about supplementation and how supplementation can cause deficiency. So, like, if you don't have a deficiency, I believe you should be very careful about taking supplements. But some people want to be super safe and they believe that supplementation is safe and gives them an insurance of their health. So go ahead. There's nothing, you're not going to get sick. I
Right.
mean, you might, but fuck it. Whatever. It's not going to like cause you major
Right.
harm unless you get a deficiency and then you have to deal with that. But by the way, I've known people that gotten deficiencies by taking supplements, but
Really?
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on
Yeah.
another episode.
Absolutely. Well, awesome. So to recap, um, preparation is key to staying on this lifestyle. Preparation. Community, I think you would agree, is also key. So come to my retreat. Jeanette's gonna be there in 2025. Meet us in person. Get to know 250 other raw, like-minded people. And you don't have to be raw to come. Just interested in the lifestyle. And in the meantime, if you're looking for connections and support, message Jeanette and join one of her courses or
Yeah.
groups.
I just want to say one last thing, Sarah.
Yeah.
When I went to a fruit festival in 2017, it changed my entire life. I had been raw on my own for 6 years, and I was the only raw vegan I knew. And yeah, I knew some people online, but like when I went in person to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, my whole life changed. And like I met like people that were doing this, and we exchanged phone numbers. And then one of them is the reason I moved to Miami. One of them is my very good friend till this day, like an accountability partner to me. And we meet every Monday and we work on our goals. And he's the only reason that I have all these books out. Okay. Like
Wow.
I have met so many people at Woodstock and like fruit festivals that I go to that my life would be completely different. And I realized that I'm not alone. And it just,
Yeah.
I can't say that I personally learned anything because I already was raw,
Right.
but the community and the social aspect of going to these fruit festivals is
Yeah.
priceless. And I just want to tell everyone, seriously, if you don't have a community around you, if you're not living with raw vegans, if you don't have like 20 raw vegan friends in your neighborhood, then you really want to consider going to this festival. It's going to change your life for sure. And then you can meet me and Sarah
Yes.
and we could work out and it's going to be amazing. And you can totally, and what's the best part, Sarah, is that it's in 9 months.
Yeah.
So like having this to look forward to, like getting your
Yeah.
ticket now and then knowing in 9 months, I'm going to like have to meet Jeanette and I'm going to have to answer to her. Like she's going to ask me, so how long you
That's
been raw?
accountability right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. How long you been raw? I'm gonna ask you, and you're gonna be like, a day, and I'm gonna be like, get the fuck out of my face. Like,
Right.
what? You had a whole 9 months to get your shit together. So, like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's a great thing to look forward to and to keep you
Yeah.
accountable. And then your whole life will
Absolutely.
be different because you're gonna meet the people you're supposed to meet when you're in the
Yeah.
location you're supposed to be in. So, okay, that's it.
Yeah. And for anyone that wants a payment plan, we offer no interest payment plans. So DM me for that, and we'll get on a phone call and I can get those going. But yeah, if you have any questions about the retreat, either message me or Jeanette,
Yes.
and we can answer all your questions.
And I'll send you my discount code. You get $100 off.
Yeah.
We're going to save this. Yes, I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I'll leave the link below and my discount code below. And message us if you have any questions. We're here. And Sarah's
Yes.
amazing, by the way. Like,
Oh,
you can literally talk to her on the phone,
yeah.
which is crazy. Like, on the website, it says, like, call me for questions. And I called, and it's like Sarah. And I was like, what? This is so cool. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love the personal. I love to be personal. I love phone calls. I can talk all day. So
I
give me
love
a
it.
call.
I love it. Thank you, Sarah. And I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yay! We're so
Thank you
excited
for
to
having
have
me.
you.
Oh, okay. So Zia Rosie says, what do I search on YouTube? Just go to Misfit Vegan. It'll be there in like an hour. Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
Okay. Love
Thanks,
you.
Jeanette.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.